All right, guys. So this one is super cool. By the way, hi. How are you? And I really like this one. I think this lesson has been around for years, since way before I was an art teacher, back when I was a student, and it has like a number of different titles depending on who was your teacher and when you were taught. And so scribble art, automatic drawing, whatever you want to call it. And there's probably 8,000 different ways to go about doing it. But it is fun for all the ages and all the groups, and you can adapt it in so many different ways. So basically what we're going to do here is I'll show you a couple different ways to do this. And I have one that I've already finished and done that I did with a little bit of an older group. And this one can be done with a slightly smaller group first. So I'm going to start with this one. Basically what you do is take your, I'm going to start with a black crayon because I'm not going to color with a black crayon. And I'm going to put it on the paper. And what you can do is if you want to time your child, give them about a couple seconds, or however you want to do it. Some teachers like to tell their children to close their eyes and draw, but you just put the crayon on the paper and just start drawing without looking, without lifting it, and draw one continuous line. And then we're going to, isn't that cool? Cool. Whatever it has on it, we're going to just start coloring. Wherever there's different spaces to fill in, you can just add color to all those different unique areas. Add a different color each time. And it's going to create something really, really cool, which is one reason why we call it scribble art. So everyone, isn't that cool? You can see what? I did see my foot. Oh, you just hit your foot. I thought you said you could see a foot. I was like, really? Where? So we just start adding colors. And they could do this a number of times because it's going to turn out different each time. You could have them. You will. You could have them draw different kinds of lines. Tell them, all right, go ahead and draw like 3 horizontal lines. Now, the thing I always tell my students is, did I do this the right way? Did I space them far enough apart? But the problem is, not the problem, the thing is I never told them how far to space them. So each child, as I tell them this, they interpret it a different way. And so some of them have got all 3 lines next to each other up at the top. Some space them in the way I do. I'm not doing the drawing at the same time they are. And then I might tell them, okay, draw 5 circles on your paper. And each student is going to do it in a different way depending on how they interpret it. Draw a zigzag line. And so every child is going to hear something different, and they can kind of keep changing it. So just kind of shoot out a couple different directions at your child. And then when they go to color it, have them use patterns, have them use different colors, and it's just something that's going to turn out really, really cool. And all they're working with is their elements of art. They're just working with lines. They're working with shapes. They're working with their, colors, and you get really amazing results. And you can do this so many different ways and on so many different days. This is going to keep them occupied and look amazing each time. And they have a lot of fun doing this. And you can do this. This one's already excited to do it, you know. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing all the different ones. We spend some time talking about it. How come yours turned out so different from the other one? Did we do this correctly? And they're clever enough that they always say, well, yeah, of course. And it helps us lead into our art. And it's, well, I follow the directions, but because I interpret them directly or differently. And that's what's wonderful about art as opposed to some of the other classes that they take, is that's one of the few where I can do what I want to do and still follow the directions. I'm still listening to exactly what the teacher is telling me to do, but I'm able to be myself and express myself, and just everything is so open to interpretation. But I did it correctly. But I've done it well. So, do some of those, just here, draw a triangle and draw this line. And that's what a lot of those daily prompts are so great for, that I've put up on the channel. So have fun with something like that. Just give them some scribble art and let them color it. And instead of just coloring it with color, fill in some of the areas with different patterns and some of these gradients of colors I've done. Some of the older ones will think of doing that. If they don't, show them mine, and that'll allow them to think of that. Fill it in, and filling in doesn't mean just coloring. It can mean using patterns. It can mean using different lines and different shapes. So have fun with just scribble art and just go to town on it. And again, you don't have to have a big piece of paper. You can do it on just a small piece of paper. Enjoy this idea, guys.
Bye.